I really am a minimalist. I swear I am. Okay, I've been watching videos and going over and over and for years, and I've been sorting and I listen to all the rules and I do all the rules. I guess the one rule that I don't do is that I do bring things in all the time. But a lot of that has to do with me trying to work and do things. But my mind, I guess, is opening up a little bit and stuff. And I think because, for example, I'm gonna start up here. Or over here. There's so many things that I have to talk about, all the things that I can do. This, I'm thinking, maybe I will cover with natural cotton. I could totally do that. I even would throw one of the drop cloths over that. I think that would make that look better. Here, these things on the wall. This is my work right now. So those are I'm selling. So I'm keeping inventory of what I'm selling. So those are up on the wall. This, however, this is what I learned is a mistake. Okay, so I'm gonna actually. This is an example of how when everything in your house is beautiful and a piece of art and something that you love, then it never looks messy. That's kind of how I feel like that, because I didn't know what to do with these things. But just putting them over in the corner to get them out of the room, they still look neat. This, however, I ordered a toy from Amazon that I really wanted for a long time, and I bought it for myself for my birthday, and this showed up instead. I might be able to do something with that inside, but this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. But however, it matches on this side. And then I have that tape. That doesn't look good. That doesn't fit my aesthetic. Okay, so the reason what I'm doing here right now is because I'm gonna grab one of these buckets because this stuff doesn't fit in. So I'm just going to take this down. And I do like these, but I'm going to find another place for them. Okay, before I come back to these plates, I'm going to talk about this tray, which is something that I use all the time. It's one of the only, it doesn't have a place. It's probably one of the only things that I can't ever come up for a place with it. It's because I'm always using it. But why not just throw it on the bed? That's good. I will use it. It actually came with this basket, which this is something that really doesn't have much function except to hold these things that I made for I don't know what reason, just during, I think, the beginning of COVID, I made them. I found it comforting. It was just something that, an idea that I came with. There's no reason to make them, but I just thought, I don't know, I have no reason to keep them. But they're not something that I have to get rid of. These weights here are nothing I don't use. I do use these push-up handles, whatever you call those, but the weights still fit the aesthetic. They look like the stuff that I like, and I mean, they should be there if I need them. This is something that I can't, this is purely decorative. I bought 3 of these when I found them at the dollar store. They're metal, they're black metal. There's so much black metal going on in here, but I've decided that that surface area needs to be cleaned up. So, okay, and these plates here, sure, they're perfect. They're white and they've got the black edge, but the shape of them doesn't spark joy. I don't know if they're supposed to be used for meat. And sometimes I need to cover up a bowl, for example. And don't even ask why I have the dishes in the bedroom. That's a story for another day. But sometimes I need to, cover up a bowl with a plate, just to keep it protected, the food that's inside if it's not finished. And I can't do that with this. So I am going to put these probably in storage for some time, maybe in the future. But I guess I'm going to clear off this. I think I'm going to get rid of this. That's probably the right answer. Find a better place, or put those into the kitchen where they should go. And then, well, maybe I can keep these here. And then it's really important to me to think that I have everything the turn of the century. I really want to live like a pioneer. I really want things to be from the 1800s, 1900s. That's what I like. So that's what some of these things remind me of. So I'm going to keep them. This pillar is from Degrassi Street, so that's important to me. And this is one of the closest things that I have to a chandelier. And it actually looks like it's handmade, so it is like an old-fashioned chandelier. This is a battery-powered alarm clock, but this definitely sparks joy for me, so I'm keeping that. I think that is pretty good cleaning off, and these dishes are just antique looking enough that I'm happy they're not the perfect dishes. And then these things, this white off-white clay, this natural clay with wood tops, and their storage. And I have different things in all of these little containers. So little containers, of course, are perfect for storing things. I'll tell you what's in each one, but very useful items that you keep. But I might have to switch things up a little bit, but yeah, we cleaned off the space. I think the rule is something like 80% for flat surfaces, so I didn't really clean off enough space on this, but I can revisit this. But I do know that everything on here sparks joy. I keep this coin out because you need it to use carts at the grocery store, so I just throw that in my pocket if I'm going to the grocery store. If I need a coin, that's better. I talked about this pile of junk that still looks great, and this lamp I had up here, not nice, wasn't looking great, so that is definitely going in this pile. And a rule that I heard on the internet while I was watching all this stuff is hide the cords, hide the cables. But what I do instead is I make sure I have really nice cables, or cables that I like. Now see, there's a join there, so that's not acceptable. I would want one solid cable is the best bet to make it look nice. And then if all of my cables are black, then it just adds to the black lines I have going everywhere. And sometimes, like when I made these lamps, I incorporated the cables going from one of them to the next into the actual, the design of them. It's part of the thing. Now, some more cables that I want to put in are for these. So I tried tea lights, but it's too hard to access them, so I never turn them on. And then I don't want to replace batteries and stuff, so I never use those. So I am actually going to get sockets and cables, and I am going to wire these up and put light bulbs coming in from the top of them, and then I'm going to get more wires coming from out there. It's a project that I want to do, and it's going to be really important to me, and I've decided that that is important. Now, this is the storage. I probably can minimize this a little bit, probably either take away the flying bird or the ring, the wrestling ring, and that'll look better. Everything is a box full of projects or things that I might like. It is very curated stuff. It's really nice. It's all going to be like metal and wood and stuff that I like, and some of the stuff is for use with my dioramas, and the same goes behind all of this. The DVD thing and the book thing, people do get rid of all of them, and I mean, I do tend to get all of my DVDs digitized so that it's easier to watch them than to put a DVD into the computer. But there's extras on DVDs and stuff like that, so my very favorite ones I do like to keep. That is something that minimalists tell you to get rid of, and maybe I will. Like behind here is all projects, so this is kind of the project shelf, and I do have to go through all of that. But something that I put up here are these screens. Now, I had them as my recording backdrop, but because they're not so whimsical, they don't really fit with the theme. And this is more whimsical, and I have more whimsical ones back here. So, like different colors and stuff. And I guess I have this pretty neat. And it's nice that I have a black and white one to put on top, so it's to hide all of those colorful ones that I don't really want to see. Like, I mean, I've got color in my room. There's this. But even with those, they're like, it's nice that I'm displaying my favorite toys, and right now I'm using them as my catalog for selling and to be organized selling the products that I'm selling. So these figures, I have to, when somebody buys them on eBay, I have to be able to take them off the wall and get it packed up for them. So I have to have that stuff up there right now. And these are those are the figures that the key figures that I like and I'm keeping, that are usually up there, that I want up there on display, but I've had to take those down in the meantime while I sell those things. So maybe it wasn't so great that I did put those on display, because I'm going to be selling things for a long, long time. I've decided to get rid of some of these G.I. Joe Kens and do a row of my favorite toys, which I guess that's what I'll probably do. Cave Club. That's my cave baby characters. So that's something that I really like. And I really like these adult collector little people, Fisher-Price people, but again, see how it's taking away from the frames? I really should take everything off of the top so it's just neat and tidy. And you do have to rotate. If I'm going to collect and have an appreciation for toys, I will have to slowly change things, decide what I want to look at, what I want to see, and something comes in, something comes out. But does the stuff go out, or do I put it in boxes in the toy room? And the toy room is a disaster right now because it is really filling up. And this room is so full as it is. I've got to get rid of so many things on here. I've got this area, and my glasses were with that too. I've lost a pair of glasses already today. I had 3 pairs of glasses in this room, and I have lost 2 of them, so that has to be a problem. But normally I would keep them there. I want to get the right box for there. Something like, oh, there's 1 pair of them, and I know there's another pair over there, but one I can't find. Oh yeah, so over here is an example, like this is the bedside table of things. These balls, old age, for my back. I do use different kind of balls all the time. A magnifying glass, old age, for reading. A pair of scissors, and, fingernail clippers, earplugs, depending on what I need at night. I guess that's another pair of glasses, but they're not the ones that are missing. But yeah, a box like this box would be great for over there to put those remote controls and stuff in. I told you about the lamps and what I'm going to do. These chairs are like the platforms, the foldable platforms. I can fold them out of the way. I use them for putting my feet up when I'm doing exercise, when I'm doing incline push-ups. I use them to put the pillows on when I'm making my bed. I use them anytime I need a surface. So I love having those metal chairs when I use them to sit down at. Did I show you this? I had at Christmas time opened this track that I probably should have reviewed, and sometimes it just takes up so much space, but I really want to do those things. I do use some boxes for reviewing, so it may as well be my favorite toys in those boxes, and they are, because I need platforms for when I'm recording over here. And then I have like my latest toys, and some toys that I would love to have on display, like a retro Mr. Potato Head. Like, I would love to have a place where I could display more toys. This is something that I really should not I would have to say that this whole unit is devoted to Diorama. So it's like I have, and again, it's all really great. It's wooden and metal and all the things that I love. I would love to have this hutch in my house with Crocs like this. That's as turn of the century as it gets. I have even more Diorama stuff than I do stuff for my own place. So that's what that is every time I want to change it and make pictures for toys on Instagram. And then under here, I have boxes and boxes of toys and Diorama toy things, which that's not cool. A lot of people say to have less cloth, but I think it's good to have the tablecloths because I don't really love the furniture that I have, even though this new furniture that I've brought in here, it's very nice quality, and it's really old, but it's probably not from the area that I like. I mean, it's kind of antique-y, but I still cover it up because it makes it white and more open, because it would just be big, dark pieces of furniture. And plus, I think it does help with the dust, and I can grab those off. I can throw them into the washing machine and clean everything and get all the dust cleaned up. So that is why that's okay. And then, yeah, and it hides the clutter with these panels, which I've showed. And then behind all of these panels are big projects. And there's a lot of projects, but they're gonna get done. And I am gonna minimalize things, and I have decided that there's too much going on up here. So I'm just gonna take away some of these dinosaurs. And I can put away all the Diorama stuff too, and have that closed, but I guess I will always have some kind of project going on. But if I just minimize like that, it could look so much better. Put those dinosaurs away. Yeah, so I love those, but I really do have to get rid of them because I can't get in here. So I don't know if I have to put them on the backdrop or what, but it's gonna look cleaner without them too. So that definitely has to happen. I definitely want to put them somewhere. I mean, they're the total aesthetic of, I guess the ideal situation would be just to use those as my backdrop and not change it up. Should I just choose my favorite backdrop and just go with that, or do I switch it up? It is hard to switch it up. It's a difficult thing to go through, but that whimsical city and the whimsical flowers and the whimsical colors that I have are way more fitting than the beautiful birch trees. That's the problem. You can't balance everything. I can't be zen and have all of these colorful toys too. I mean, I can. I mean, I'm doing it, right? But is it working? The problem is space. The problem is financial, I guess. There's no problem. Everything's perfect. That's what I'm supposed to, that's what you're supposed to manifest. That's what you're supposed to say. I have exactly what I want. I'm exactly where I am. Everything's beautiful. Everything's wonderful. I'm so happy. And there's a lot going on in this room. I do way too much in this room. And I keep showing these boxes. If I could just get through those boxes, then I could get those out of the way. But those are my latest toys to review. Oh yeah, this ladder right here. I have decided that I never use that in this room, but I like it. It's a distressed white painted ladder. And it's supposed to fit in with this Scandinavian turn of the century industrial thing that I got going on in here. There's actually a name for it. When I was watching these videos on YouTube, somebody labeled exactly what my decorating choice was, but I'm going to probably stick that in the toy room so I have one less thing. This is something, these things I love, and I've carried these. This is like, I bet they're oak. That's my favorite. All of my moldings and everything would be in this color, and my floors would all be made with that, and my furniture would all be made with that. So that reminds me of my dream furniture and my dream floors and my dream moldings. But I use them for hanging towels and anything that I need to dry. Oh, and that's something that I've kept too, which I've talked about before, are these clotheslines. I really like, I think I prefer how my clothes turn out when I don't put them in the dryer. My dryer was broken for a long time, but I got a new one, but I'm not going to use it. I am just going to dry my things up there. It also brings humidity into here, which is really dry. Yeah, Canada's a really dry place, so having that extra humidity in the air is awesome every once in a while. So I'm going to continue doing these things that I said I was going to do. I can tell that taking some of these things down are really going to improve it, and I really have to get through. I'm going to make myself do these toy reviews. I just keep bringing other toy reviews in instead of doing those boxes. But if I could get rid of those boxes, that would save up a lot of space on the floor. I have no negative space. And don't even get me started on the closet, because I have this beautiful walk-in closet and I don't use it because guess what? I have packing materials for the toys that I'm selling, and then I have big boxes of huge boxes filled with toys. It's nice that I have all of these toys that I can sell and make lots of money. I'm happy about that, but it is a motivational. The more I do, the more I sell, the more I want to sell, and the more space I get and the more happier I get. But I don't know, I really feel like I am a minimalist, but look how crowded I am. And this room is huge, but I'm doing too much in one space, and I guess I do have too many projects. But I'm going to tackle this, and I will talk to you again, and we'll see how I did, and we'll see what changes I've made. But yeah, I think I've chosen a lot of things. I wanted to show you the things that I was taking away, and it's going to do better. I'm going to do better, and things are just going to keep getting better. And my nose itches. Guess dusty. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you. See you next time. What a whack job, huh?